Hi everyone, it's Kristi. We are starting our Grape Roses journal today. So I'm going to start with the cover. I'm going to be using chocolate ink on this one because it's pretty grungy. I found in my stash these purple flatback pearls, so we'll be using those. I've got some chiffon here and some clips to help me with the chipboard spine, and I've got a couple of pieces. I've printed these half size. These are the pages, and printed these half size so I can use them for the cover, and I've got a piece of lace. So the first thing, I've gutted this, and it has these beautiful purple inside pages. I'm just going to put this in. Now I have measured, and the way I measure how big to make the spine, because if I measure from the inside, I get it's too large and I end up having to trim it down. So what I usually do is I come in here and I look at this top piece here, because I want it to be able to move, so I'm not so concerned about it being in the folds. And this is about 1.5, so that's the width that I did it. And of course, I did it by the height, 7 1/4, and that is just going to go in here. Now, this one might be a little snug on account of this one had a lot of glue. I had a hard time getting the pages out of this one. This one had, you see the glue is all the way down there. So, but I think it's still going to work. I'm just going to get it in there. So I'm going to use my clear gel tacky. I'm just going to do the top and the bottom and this side. And then I'm going to do right down the middle because I'm making 2 signatures. So that way I don't get a bunch of goop, dried glue that I have to go through. So I'm just going to stick that in there, slide it down to where it's centered. There we go. Make sure that's good and in there. And I want to put some clips on here just temporarily, just to hold it in place so that I know, yeah, that's good. Alright, so I'm going to set that aside for the moment. I'm going to put this on the front, and I'm going to put one of these. This one goes on the front, and then I'm going to put this one on the back. I am going to use some book pages, so I'll tear those off. Whoa. Oh, and I found my eyelash yarn from when I did my unicorn book, and look at the beautiful colors. This will go perfect with these colorful roses that are in this kit. All kinds of blue and purple and pink and green, and yeah, so that's the eyelash trim I'm going to be using in this one. So let's see. First thing I need to do is ink around these. And like I said, this was a full page from the kit. The kit is Grape Roses by Elsie Bell's Bookshelf. It comes with 8 background pages, 4 writing pages, and 2 pages of embellishments. Now, that is if you buy the main kit and the add-on. There also is available a TN kit, which the pages will be square rather than, 8.5 by 11. I actually printed them out 8 by 10. I'm going to use my glue stick because I want to sew around these. So I'm just going to glue in the middle. I have my old sewing machine out, and boy, do you get spoiled when you have the auto threader and the needle up, needle down, and the thread cutter. Oh my goodness. It's like going back in time. But I have a big goop of glue on me. I have my other my embroidery machine that I usually, it's a sewing / embroidery machine, in the carrier, and I am going to drop it off today at the Fix-It shop so we can see if they can fix what I've done and replace that missing thread guide, or whatever it is that's missing. So there we go. Okay, now I am going to run to the sewing machine, then real quick do a zigzag stitch around these, and then we'll tear around it and attach it to the cover. So be right back. Okay, so back from the sewing machine. I'm just going to tear around these with the ruler. And I want to put this one on the cover. So this one I'm just gonna tear straight. And what I use, I have this little, it's like 3/8 of an inch, a little over 1/4 of an inch. So I just line up this line in here with the edge of the doesn't look straight, does it? Well, we'll see how that goes. Maybe I should line it up with the edge of the paper. Yeah, that's what happened. I didn't go straight. I'm like, wait, something's not right. Okay, well, that's all right. Not going for perfection. Oops. Okay, so that's the piece for the back. I'm just going to ink around that real quick. And I was very careful to only get the glue in the middle, so I didn't get any glue in this sewing machine. Oh goodness. Alright, so let's do this one. Hopefully I did this one a little straighter. This one I'm going to wiggle a little bit just to give a little variation. So random question, has anybody watched The Masked Singer? Whoa, that didn't go at all. I just think it's an interesting concept. And I'm just curious if you think it's stupid or if you think it's interesting. I watched it last year because from episode 1, I knew Donnie was the peacock. I've been following Donnie for years and years, so I knew. And when he said, "It's been years since your parents had a poster of me on the wall," I knew hands down it was him. But this year, I'm kind of stumped. I think that one guy I think he's a skeleton. I think he's definitely Martin Short. Because we said Martin Short, and then the panels said the same thing. So I don't know. It just seems like the gestures, and I know he's been touring with Steve Martin, and so anyway, it's just I don't know. It's interesting to me to try to guess who some of them are. I know, it's weird. Alright, That looks good. Okay, so I want to put, oh, also I have taken out the pages from the beginning, and I think I'm just going to put this over the middle after it's dry. I'm just going to cut this in half, because if I make anything out of this, it's going to be just like a tag or something. So I'm just going to put a strip of that over, and then after I get the book sewn in, I'm going to see how it looks. I may add some lace trim to either side. I don't know, we'll see. But this one I want on the front, and I want to put it about here, but I want this lace trim underneath like so. Let's see how I did it before. Yeah, so about like so, and then this will be here. Now, learning from the last time I did this, I am not going to glue the other side first. I'm going to glue this first, put something heavy on top, let it dry, and then I will glue the other side after, because otherwise it's a mess. I get glue everywhere. So I do want to figure out where I want this, however. I'm going to put a pocket on the bottom. So what I'm thinking is, if I put this on the bottom and then this over the top, it would be a little easier to get things in and out of the pocket. So I'm just going to tape this down with my medical tape / micro pour for a temporary hold, and I will glue it after I get the cover on where I want it. So that'll be about like so. You could use masking tape or painter's tape, whatever you have for this. I just happen to have this handy, and that'll keep it in place so I can adjust it without all the glue. There we go. Okay, so now I want to attach this like so, and I want to put some ruffles underneath. So I think I'm going to attach the ruffles first. So I am just going to run a bead of glue, stopping about 3/8 of an inch from either side. And I'm just going to put that down. This is the tricky part. And fold as I go. And then I'm going to trim this piece off and press that down. Now, this is just a piece of chiffon from an old blouse. I'll let that, now I have an extra piece. It makes a big mess with the strings, but okay. So back to this. I want to push that down, but I want to not stick to it. So I'm going to use this. I think I'm going to take, this one's kind of old. I think I'm going to cut it apart into smaller pieces, because I still have, my mother-in-law gave me these and it was a set of 3, so I have 2 more larger ones that I can use. But it'd be nice to have a smaller excuse me, a smaller piece that I could put between pages if I wanted to glue something down, or see, it's sticking even to this. So, okay. Well, that didn't work like I thought it would, but this is different fabric than what I've used, so I wasn't sure. But I will just put glue on top of that, and we will glue that down and put something heavy on top. Oh no, got all my strings in here, get them out. I don't want those in the glue. I need enough glue to make sure it's going to hold, because it is a little thicker than normal. I think I'm just going to drop a line across here. And then if I have to come back and add more later, I will. But I know that fabric kind of sucks up the glue, so. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to turn this so I can see what I'm doing, because I want this to be a little bit centered. So, there we go, just like so. Perfect. So I'm going to press that down for a minute. There's not really any way to clip that. I don't need these anymore. I think that spine is in there pretty good. Now, I don't have any glue oozing out, so I am going to set this stack on top. So this is what you do with your extra book pages. Not only do you use them for pockets and tags and envelopes and such, you use them to hold things down. Okay, so this, I'll make sure that I'm putting this on not the wrong way, because it's been done before. Okay. And I'm not going all the way to the edge, because I'm putting a rather large bead of glue, and if I put it too close, it will ooze. So I want to see where that other piece is. I'm pretty sure that, well, I centered it, so I should be okay here. If I just center this one. Okay, so let's do that. A little bit there. And if your glue is wet and comes in contact with this ink on this old book page, it will turn a different color. I'm using the chocolate, but it has a green base, so I did notice on in some places that it can turn it green. Just press that down, get that glue off. That should just rub, and it does. That's why I'm using the clear gel, because that just rubs off the cover. Here we go. Making sure that it's down. Okay. So there's our cover, and I'm not going to do anything to the spine until I'm finished sewing in the pages. And then we will put a piece of lace or something, possibly a piece of fabric, I don't know. So I'm going to load these books back up here, and I am going to see you next time, and we'll start working on some ephemera. I do want to do another CD sleeve because that turned out so cute last time with my farm book. I want to do that again. And those, the stack of flip-flap-flops that I showed you yesterday of the cards. I want to use those for inserts. So we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching.